Good morning and welcome to the morning show with Angel and Tina and our virtual guest, Kimberly Olsen, in our virtual studio today. Tina, how are you doing?
I am doing fantastic, a little bit better. I got my pillow with my arm
She's
propped.
got her pillow.
Propped up and it's on brand too, it has to be on brand.
Okay, so you
I
have to
got
explain
my arm propped.
why you brought a pillow to
To
the
prop
show.
my
It's
arm.
like your little boppy, your little whoopee, right?
It's my blankie.
It's your blankie.
Well, because I have the torn rotator cuff, and yesterday it was just like, and I was
She
in
was in
pain.
so
As
much
soon as we
pain.
stopped the live, I was like, oh. So I figured I can bring a pillow to prop myself up so I can look a little bit more.
Well, that was very smart of you. Miss Kimberly, welcome. And
Thanks
what
for
did
having
you
me
bring
on.
today?
What did you
I
bring
brought
today for show
just
and tell?
myself. The kids are watching Dora the Explorer. It's the movie. So if you have children, they get sucked into it. So you at least get an hour alone. So fingers crossed, because that's always like, are they coming in?
My kids learned a lot of their Spanish is from Dora the Explorer.
Yes, my husband, whenever.
Mommy, vámonos, vámonos.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
like, what?
I know.
How are you learning these words?
Mhm.
And of
It's
course we
awesome.
spoke Spanish, but they didn't speak Spanish. And they would go, vámonos, vámonos.
That's what I'm hoping for, is that there can be some education right now, because
There
we
you go.
spent a little, the summer reading hasn't been so awesome over here.
How old are your kids, Kimberly?
They're 4 and 6. So the 6-year-old's going into first grade, and so you're supposed to go through like 80 some pages. I think we got to like 4. I'm just like, I'm not homeschool mom. You go watch some educational videos. And
Where are you coming from?
Austin, Texas.
Are your kids homeschooled now, or are you guys like half virtual, half homeschool?
It was supposed to be in person, so we're like, yes, and then they changed it. So it's all virtual, all of it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I know. And that's not my jam. I can
My
teach
kids are out of
adults.
the house.
Yeah.
I'm so glad they're out of the house.
You're
I
so
don't think
lucky.
I would be able to run a business and have my kids like go.
It's
I mean, I had
insanity.
3 very, very, very active boys who I turn around 1 second and they would be jumping off the top of the bunk beds, jumping off the top of the couches. They think they were Buzz Lightyear.
Oh yeah,
And
painting the
like,
walls.
yes.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
They're
what are
girls,
you doing?
luckily, but the little one, she's a strong-willed blessing. So when she comes in, if I'm doing like a podcast interview, something where you can't have an interruption, I'm like, if you leave right now, I'll buy anything you want on Amazon. And she's like, okay. And she runs off. Like she's like figured it out now. And,
Listen, and now she has her little tablet. She's
yes.
like,
Oh yeah. They're like, mommy, what can we buy online? I'm like, oh no, like I can't have those kind of kids either. So trying to find the balance over here, but it's a hot mess express.
Mommy, remember you said I can have anything.
There's no budget, right?
Right?
Well, Kimberly, I promise you that the days are long, but the years are short. My baby is 22.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay. You all can give me some tips and tricks then, because it's a struggle. It's a struggle over here.
It really is.
I know it is, and I remember those days very, very well. But you're doing great.
Thanks.
Don't worry. Like I promise you, you
Angel's
survive.
My kids are out of the house. My 20-year-old is in the Army, and that is so hard to believe. And my 21-year-old, he's living in Chicago, and then my 26-year-old, he's living his life in Atlanta. So it's
wow.
It's like
vicariously through me.
Yeah.
Or the other way around. Yeah, we bought
the other way around.
I know. We bought a king size bed thinking like with the boomerang child, she comes in and then you put her back and she comes in. I'm like, king size bed, like this will be fine. Oh no, she's still like elbows and rolls on you like a chinchilla. And
this way, and you guys are sleeping this way.
Yes.
And
my husband's like, I don't get this. Like, we own this house. We both work. Why is she running the roof? It's just so.
She's the baby, and she can.
Yep. And I'm just like, but she's so cute. Like, what am I supposed to do?
I remember
you have 2 girls, right?
Yeah.
I remember when Alicia moved out, and it was like there was this calmness that came over the house when she left.
I know exactly.
Mommy is not bragging.
The calmness, quiet. Oh, my heart isn't racing.
Right? Well, or just we could make decisions and like nobody was bossing us around.
Yes. And you could.
Alicia's the older one, right?
She technically She technically is the older one.
Yeah.
I have
okay.
twins.
Okay.
So, yeah, so Lauren and Alicia, but I had, here's where it gets really complicated because, birthright and birth order is so important. And everybody would always want to know who came out first, right? And, but I had a C-section. So when you have a C-section, they take baby up from the top out first.
Opposite.
So Lauren was born first. No, Alicia was born first. No, sorry. Lauren was born first, but Alicia was supposed to be born first because Alicia was in closer to the birth canal. So Alicia is definitely the older child. Like she is that older sibling, that older behavior. She runs the roost. But Lauren came out 3 minutes before her as the baby on top. So yeah, we're just a hot mess over here too. I just tell them that it's just fodder for your therapist later on in life. I've just started early.
Angel, are you the oldest?
I am.
I am too.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Really? You are too, Kimberly?
A lot of the oldest siblings are usually, they say they're usually the ones that are entrepreneurs.
Really?
I wonder why.
I don't know, because they were saying like you have to kind of run everything like Alicia did, right? She had to run everything. We're gonna do this and you're gonna do this, and mommy and daddy, you're gonna do this.
Well, and they have to train the parents, right? They have to figure everything out, and then they kind of
we gotta test all the boundaries.
And they teach it to their siblings. So, right, entrepreneurs, we learn it, we do it, we teach it, right?
It makes so much sense.
Okay. All right.
I think we need to make a poll. Let us know.
Yeah, in the comments.
Most of our viewers are entrepreneurs, but let us know if you are the oldest child.
Yeah, because oldest, middle, or baby.
Or baby, yeah. Because that would be the game changer, right? If you were the oldest child, and a lot of us are and aren't entrepreneurs.
Oh, that'll be interesting. Yeah. So in the comments, I'd love to see who's the oldest, and or are you a middle, or are you a baby? Did you come from a family of entrepreneurs? Kimberly, were your parents entrepreneurs?
No.
So,
but it's interesting. My grandfather is from Europe, and he came when he was, I think, 18. During the war, he kind of escaped and came, and he didn't speak English, and he hustled, right? He was a janitor at a church, just started a new life here. And when I was really little, I remember I ran the kids club for the neighborhood, and I had folders for everyone. I was like, okay, come to the meeting.
Wait, you had a kids club?
Yeah, I made up a kids club, and I was in charge, and I told them what to do.
It was called the Unicorn Club.
Oh my, did you have a unicorn bedazzled jean jacket?
No, but listen, this is what I did.
So she's gonna go buy one now, Kimberly.
We got to bring that back.
Right? I grew up in San Diego. We had this store called Mervin's, and they had these little cards called the Unicorn Club cards that were on there. So every time my mom would go to Mervin's, I would snag a couple, and those were my membership cards.
You were on a budget.
Had membership cards.
So
you were meant to carry on American Express early.
I was.
You were like, this is how you get access. Okay, that's crazy then, because maybe there's some clues there. And yeah, I was always selling things and babysitting way too early, just very independent, I'm going to pay for my own things.
What was the first thing that you sold?
The very first thing, I made these friendship bracelets. You know what I'm talking about? You could pick the colors and then tie them.
You would braid them all together?
Yeah, I was obsessed. And then I don't even know who bought them. I feel like it was probably my family, but that was my first. And I was like, you can have a custom made one. It's going to cost you more. You can pick the colors.
How much were they?
Oh, probably $1. So I grew up in the 80s and 90s. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe $1. I don't know.
$1 now it's $29.
It's so funny that just as you asked that, Tina, I'm always talking about building your business one to many. When I just remember, you're like, what was the first thing you sold? I remember gathering all my neighbors and hosting I would babysit, it was for New Year's Eve, but instead of just babysitting for one family, I babysat for all the families.
But where at your house?
At my house, yeah. So they came over and we had sleeping bags and games and fun stuff, right? But it was, I didn't just babysit for one family. I had them all come and drop their kids off, and they could stay right as late as they wanted. Yeah, I've always been a one-to-many girl.
Back then?
I don't know, it was like $25 a family or something like that to come.
So you were doing like group coaching.
I was.
Kids, get in line. It's time for
I remember babysitting, and it was $1 an hour per kid. And of course I lived in, like Navy housing in San Diego. So I would always have all these, like single wives when their husbands would go on Westpac, have me come over, and they would bring all their kids over. And it would be like $1 an hour. And I would sit there like around 10 or 11 o'clock going, like seeing how much money I made.
How much did I make? Right. I think I had like 8 families, right? So I made a couple $100 and not bad.
And she's right. You were group coaching back in the day.
If you want your business,
one-on-one, it's more expensive.
Yep.
I totally forgot about that until you just said that.
But
my parents weren't entrepreneurs either. Like my dad was Navy. My mom always worked whatever kind of admin or retail job that whenever we would move, because we moved all the time and just to make ends meet. But yeah, in fact, my mom she's like, don't know what Angel does. Don't know.
She wrote a book, but I don't know what she really does. She wrote 11 books and 11 of them are bestsellers.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I know what she does.
She
My
doesn't know
the same way.
She was talking, and this was like a month ago, Kimberly. She was talking to somebody about what her kids do. My brother lives in Seattle. My sister actually lives here in Colorado, works retail. And she's like, yeah, I know what 2 of them do, but I don't know what Angel does. But she talks about business. And the person asked her, well, has she ever run her own business? And my mom says, well, she talks about it.
Oh my word. She interviews people about it. I don't think she really
runs a business.
She doesn't run. Yeah. She's the sole breadwinner of the household and has been for 10 years.
She doesn't work outside the house. She can't be making that much money being at the house doing nothing all day.
My mom always wanted me to be a flight attendant for some reason.
Like so she could have free benefits.
It was like always the comeback thing. She was like, well, why are you trying to go off and do this business and marketing and all these things? You should be a flight attendant. And I was like, no, I'm going to go do this other thing. But every time I come home to visit, she's like, flight attendant.
Mom, do you know what I do?
Where are you from?
2 years ago when my life all changed, my mom said, Tina, you would be a really good assistant to somebody. And I went, what?
Like, thanks, Mom.
Can you see what I'm doing here?
What? And she was like, yeah, you would be a good assistant. So I'm the only entrepreneur. I'm the black sheep of the family, the oldest one. So yeah, I don't think they realize what we do. Like, it's like Angel, well, you sit home. She used to call her all the time, when we first started quarantine. Well, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Nothing. I'm like, I'm working. Well, you can't be really having, you can't do anything, right? You don't have anything really to do. I'm like, Mom, and she's even come. She's heard me speak. Supposedly, she's read some of my books.
She said when she heard you speak, and so.
Oh yeah, so she came to an event where.
Mom, we're not picking on you.
No, we're not. No,
if by chance you're watching the Angel and Tina Morning Show.
She came after me because we had some back of the room sales, and she came up to me when it was all done. She's like, people pay you that? Yes, Mom. Really? Thanks, Mom. So, let's get to know Kimberly a little bit better for our audience. So you know what rock star we are talking to, despite what all of our moms say.
Really do know. She just sits home all day, and she should be.
I just talk on Zoom.
Yeah, she's given up her dream to do this. She
could be flying around the world as a flight attendant
with her mom in tow.
Well, Kimberly Olsen is the creator of the Goal Digger Girl, a multidimensional brand that serves female entrepreneurs through small group coaching, focused workshops, and a whole lot of training on how to build successfully on social media. She has 2 PhDs in natural health and holistic nutrition. She's achieved a leadership position in her current network marketing company. She's the author of best-selling books, The Gold Digger and Why Balance is BS. just finished The Art of Self-Discipline, has a top-rated podcast, and travels nationally, not as a flight attendant, but public speaking.
She actually pays for her own flight.
She actually buys her own flights. She has just recently shared the stage with fabulous speakers such as Rachel Hollis, Ray Higdon, Rob Sperry, Fraser Brooks, and is an ambassador for John Maxwell. Kimberly, I'm sure your mom is saying, what do you do?
I know. I just went home to Michigan to visit my family, and it was so funny. No one like asked me how it was going, because I think they're all just like, we see you all over social media, but we don't know what to make of it. So yeah, it's a lot of different things. But really, like you talked about with the babysitting, it's just basically however I can get in front of the most people. Yep. Like, what can I teach people that's simple and they can implement? And you said it before, entrepreneurs, we learn, implement, and teach. I always say hashtag get lit. Like, okay, guys, next episode of hashtag get lit, learn, implement, take action. Because so many times people watch trainings and they feel like they did something.
And
like,
they watch and they watch and they
and
watch
and they watch and they watch.
Do anything.
I like
but they
that.
feel like they did. Yeah, get lit. Yes,
Yeah.
Get lit. In your business, in your personal life, whatever you're wanting to do, like you really can have it all. You know, I sleep 8 hours a night. I do have a little boomerang that comes in and disrupts my sleep, but like I sleep, I exercise. Yeah, like you can do all of it, but you have to take action. You can't be thinking about what you want to do all the time or analyzing every scenario. I mean, yes, I've made mistakes. I've made big mistakes, like big mistakes. But you know what? I always say, but was my intention pure? Yeah, it was. So if I have a pure heart and I'm just trying to make my life better, my family's life better, and impact other people, then at the end of the day, like that's all I need to own up to. You know what I mean? And the result.
We're trying to figure it out. Like we're trying new things and we're being innovative of how can we do this better? How can we do it differently than what it's always been? Right? You're not going to come up with the perfect solution the very first time. When you think about all the innovators, I mean, I was watching Elon Musk's little tin can thing jump around yesterday. I'm like, watch, like they're just trying new things and making mistakes along the way. That's part of the journey.
Yeah,
and we were talking
totally
earlier about our first YouTube videos, right? And I know my first YouTube video, I was like, and I was kept looking up, and I remember Angel showing us her first. Was it a speaking one that you just released again? It was like you put it on our Facebook group. And I was like,
I don't remember.
I said she was great back
blacked
then.
out.
But no.
No.
I don't blink. I'm like, hey.
I know, right?
You were constipated. You're like, hi, I'm Kim. My first one, I went into a park. I was doing a workout video and the police chased me off. I finished it, but I saw him coming and I'm like, and we're done. And then I ended it. And it wasn't live. It was just recorded for YouTube. But they showed up. I don't know if it was because I was videoing. I don't know. But I'm like, bye. And I ran off. But I was like, oh, well.
Chasing me. See, that would have been a most commented video, though, right?
Oh, it would have been classic.
Chased by the police.
They would have went viral. I should have kept it rolling.
It would have definitely.
I tried to do a video in my Target parking lot because they have this beautiful like brick facade and then the mountains. They had a gorgeous view of the mountains. And we got kicked out. You can't videotape. And
I wondered about that. Like certain places I'll look for like pictures for Instagram or something. And I'm like, I know at some point.
Well, we were setting up like a tripod, right? To do this whole thing.
She had the lights and the camera and everything. And they're like,
the crew.
You can't host no commercial here.
They're like, yeah, no, you cannot play here. And I was like, where did they come from? All of a sudden,
Angel, you gotta look up.
I know, yeah. You're being watched all the time. And they saw the whole thing.
Zoom on camera 18.
But what was kind of funny was we had been setting up and hanging out and kind of setting up. And it was as soon as we were getting ready to go like hit play, I'm like, they watched the whole thing. They let us get it all set and get all ready. And then, zoom. Sorry, you can't do that here.
Can you imagine if you were live? Ma'am.
It's so much work.
I remember one time I was at an event and I was interviewing people and I'm on Facebook Live and I was interviewing the vendors and there's somebody and I'm like, like I'm live here. And she was like, you didn't interview me. And I was like, okay.
Oh, wow. You're like, that's called
she was like,
improper etiquette.
right? I was like, okay. I was like, I'll be right back, guys.
Cool.
What are you supposed to do? You're live. I even told her, I said, oh, hold on 1 second, I'm live. She's like,
Yeah, well, interview me.
you didn't interview me. And I'm like, I'll be there. Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
It
When
was
I did
at that event that you and I met, Angel.
Oh, in San Diego.
San Diego.
one of the first like professional videos I did, I had a paper roll backdrop. You know how you can get those on Amazon? And I was so proud of myself. And I was like, I am a diva.
I am
So
professional.
I got the backdrop. So I go live and the whole thing was about being authentic and being honest. And
the thing falls.
so I hit done. You know how you hit submit on it was on my iPad. I hit submit and then it shows you like on your wall. Well, the way the iPad was, it was filming bigger than I could see. And the replay, like what people saw was green painter's tape. It was so ghetto. Like I'm from Detroit and I was bringing that ghetto with me. Like green, it was so bad. I mean, you guys hideous. And I was like, it was that moment of truth. Like, do I leave it? Do I take it down? So I left it up. You can go look at it. It's pretty bad, but I was like,
don't be looking at your views are going to be like skyrocketing today.
I was like, oh, okay, there's nothing diva about that, but we got to live and learn, it's part of it.
Your background today is amazing. And I know you just completely redid your office.
Yeah, this is custom. So our friends had some work done and it's like the baseball coach in our area, he likes to do some stuff on his free time. Obviously with quarantine, like, it's a little different.
A lot of free time.
Yeah. So he's like, I just like watching Bonanza on my garage and building these things. So he's amazing. So you tell him what you want and then he custom makes it. So I'm in here. I was doing a lot of stuff with green screen. Mm-hmm. So I loved it because my YouTube videos were really fun. Like I would do like, not even like living room backdrops, but something fun, like a girl boss type thing with a candle and money, like just cool. And so that was fun. Like I'm creative and I like that kind of stuff. But I had to put up the backdrop and take it down, put it up, take it down, because you don't always get a green screen. And so it was starting to get like, okay, this is not efficient. So once I was like, okay, I'm setting my goals. And when I hit this next goal, I'm redoing my whole office. So my husband on the other side, he actually built a wood wall. Have you seen those before?
Yes,
where it's plank by plank?
Yes, they're so pretty.
Oh yeah. So we lucked out because we picked it out online and we got it on Lowe's and it was not expensive. So the you can buy sheets of them if you want, but this one is like, he did it. And he's like, just so you know, you can't change this. I'm like, what do you mean? Because he knows I'm ADD. He's like, no, these are like to the drywall. Like
so next year when you want me to change it, you cannot change it.
Like you understand.
Keep it forever.
That's what I said. I go, oh no, I'm good. And he's like, yeah, right. She's gonna have to redo this whole freaking house because of her. But yeah, I love it. So now at least like aesthetically, I'm like, okay, I like it. You know what I mean? I'm not, and I can just change it out if I want.
And clean and white. Yeah. It's very cute. I love. She was doing a behind the scenes the other day. I'm kind of Facebook stalking her a little bit.
Hey girl, I love it.
Because I knew she was coming on. I was doing my research.
That's awesome.
That's it. It's research.
It's research.
I was researching, but she has a little table in the corner there for the girls, so they can do their homework. So they can
They're mini me's. My 6-year-old has a team called. So this is what's so hilarious about They're Your Overflow. So mine's the Gold Digger Girls, my brand, and it's GOAL, right? We're crushing goals, make my own money. Her team is called the Gold Cheetahs. She thinks it's gold diggers.
Yeah.
But she's calling it the Gold Cheetahs. And I'm like, absolutely. So we have little t-shirts with this like bedazzled like cheetah. My friend designed it for her. So we had it added to my swag shop. But she's like, so once in a while I'll put a video up of hers because she'll be like, okay, she like will take the iPad and record videos. And she's like, you believe in yourself. You can do this. And she's like, I do yoga and I run a lot. Like she's hilarious. So sometimes I'll put her videos up.
Do all that?
What?
Does she do yoga and run?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. She's hilarious. But she's like, how many people watched it, mommy? How many gold cheetahs do I have? So and she told me she's going on stage. So this morning she's like, what shoes should I wear? Should I wear high heels? I'm like, you're 6. So no, fall. And where's the stage at? Like where, but I'm like, hey, vision board, right?
Mhm.
Start
Right?
thinking about it now. So it's really cute.
Oh,
just to
you're
see
gonna
it.
come out and your coffee table's gonna be the stage, right?
Yeah.
She's gonna have the lamps all lit up
Like,
and
Daddy,
yeah,
you
she's
sit right there, and Mommy, you sit
Yeah.
right there. And when I'm done, you have to get up and clap.
Yes, you must. You better put that video everywhere.
Yes.
how
yes.
fabulous. I want a
What
gold
did I
cheetah
sell?
t-shirt.
We
Right?
can hook you up. Well, we
Yeah,
don't have adult size yet, but we could add that to
Well,
the shop.
she's small enough. She can probably fit a
Yeah,
child
right?
large.
Kids large.
not
I'll find
anymore.
you one.
Those were pre-COVID days.
Yeah. I know. I'm always like, okay, we've got Corona hair. We've got some Corona weight we got going on. What's everybody dealing with?
Right?
Yes,
We
yes,
all
yes,
see
yes.
each other again. We're gonna be like, oh hey, and then afterwards gonna be like, oh, she gained a lot of weight. And then
No,
the
no,
other
no.
gonna say things the
No,
same
we're
way.
supposed to greet each other and say, did you lose weight?
Fabulous. We'll just be so excited to see each other. We won't even
Right?
notice.
You won't know. And then we can't see or say anything because we're gonna have
We
the
won't be
mask.
able to hug each other.
Yeah.
We're gonna still stay 6 feet away.
Yeah. How's it going? You look awesome. But because you guys do your morning show, hasn't it helped you to get ready every day?
It does. It really
Mhm.
does.
Mostly. I haven't had real pants on. I still wear yoga pants and leggings every day.
Well, let me tell you, because of this
And
arm
I'm
thing,
barefoot all the time.
I love being
no,
barefoot.
and I have a shoe closet like of 200 pairs of shoes.
Oh
But
my
with
gosh.
my arm, I can't even pull on yoga pants anymore. So I gotta wear my like pajama pants that are really, really baggy.
Your super sexy ones.
The really sexy ones. Thank goodness, I'm hot and single right now. But I have like pajama pants on, so it's kind of good because you only have to get ready from here up.
Yeah, pants are optional.
They
Absolutely.
are. They are. And I had somebody last week ask me, she's like, Angel, did you get some new clothes? I said, nope, just went shopping in my closet with stuff I hadn't worn for 4 months.
Well, you can get some new
I
clothes.
think they're starting to get dusty on the top.
Oh yeah. There's some stuff where you're like, yeah, I don't know if it's going to
My
be
shoes
usable
might
later.
be getting dusty. I haven't changed my purse out since Florida.
No, I never leave. I never go anywhere. So yeah, this is really random, but I'm getting more and more used to just being home. In fact, yesterday I got invited to do 2 events in October, 2 different events, both in Las Vegas. And Angel, can we count on you to be at this live event? I said, nope. I am not. I said, I am not
I'll see you
planning
next year.
on until things start getting open and there are things that are happening and that's kind of the way things are going, then fine. But for right now, we keep planning and canceling.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't need that kind of stress. Like, I'm not worried about it. You can find somebody else. I'm doing okay right here in my little chair.
Isn't that
That's
interesting? 'Cause-
form to my butt.
yeah, you're like, I'm comfortable. I always I think in my mind, I always thought success, part of the vision was being on stages. And, I've been able to do that, not to your extent, but it's not about comparing. But now that last year was my year of yes. So I went on I did 12 conferences or stuff for myself and 8 family trips. And this year is my year of no. And it's awesome. It's awesome. I love it. I don't have to worry about the travel. And the stress. This is my year of hell no. And it feels really good though. You know what I mean? Like it feels good to just, because it's exhausting traveling if you've done a lot of it. And with kids, we don't have family here. So it's always a stress on my husband. And yeah, and I just miss him after a few days. I'm like that pull of like, I need to be with my baby. So I actually don't mind it. And I'm like, now my vision has changed where, like you said, I can be just as impactful behind a camera.
Right?
I mean, I love in person. I love the feel of it.
Getting
It's
more
electric.
people, though, now? Aren't
What?
you getting a lot more people now that you're like in front of the camera and everybody's home? You're getting so many more people that you are touching than you would if you were on stage physically.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I just looked and our reach now is about 1 million per month.
Only 1 million?
I know, but exposures, impressions, and it was, 150,000 8 months ago. So I think it's like you said, it's just being more intentional about how we're able to get in front of people and people are home. So everything's increased, like video views and how many people are coming out for things. And, we're doing a challenge right now. I think you saw that we're doing that. And there's so many people who are showing up and ready to work because they don't have the distractions of like, oh, well, it's summer and we're traveling. There's not as much of that right now. I feel like everybody's very much like tell me what to do. You know what I mean? Like,
and you have, well, tell us about this Facebook challenge that you have. I actually just joined it. Research, you know.
Yes. I mean, you need to go through it to know what it's all about. So I have found, like we talked about, that a lot of times people will do even challenges, and I've done them. And at the end of it, you feel like, yeah. And then you're like, but I didn't do anything. So I started doing these challenges this year where it's an intensive. So what I do is I go live for about 45 minutes, 15 minutes. I try to do 45 minutes max. But every night I go live, and this one is a Facebook group's Profit Secrets Challenge. So we just passed $1 million in revenue, like since I launched my brand over 2 years ago. And most of it is from Facebook groups. So I teach people how to create a Facebook group, fill it up with content, fill up the group, how to offer value, but most importantly, how to figure out who your ideal avatar is, what her pain points are, offer the solution with your content, your programming, and then how do you actually talk to them, right? And like close those conversations. So I go live every day for it, and then they have homework they have to do. So, and then the videos are gone. It's up for during the challenge, and then they're done. So it's really this pressure of like, you need to do this, like get to work, get in here. And I don't want it to be that challenge where it's like, okay, here's 3 big ideas. Like I want it to be like, let me pull back the curtain and literally show you everything I've done to blow up my Facebook group. So that's the one we're doing right now. And I do them maybe every 2 months. I'll do like a really like recruiting one, or there's different ones that I do. So yeah, it's been so much fun. I think we had 1,400 people register for it. So there's a lot of people who are like, want to have that success.
It's because it's that accountability. People want to need that. Oh, I have to do homework. Okay, what is my homework assignment for tonight? Right. It's almost like you have to go back to school. Yeah. You know, tomorrow you have to turn in your homework. If you don't have your homework in your, you know, even though you might not, you know, kick them out of the group, but you hold them accountable. And I think that's what people need and want right now is that accountability.
Yeah. And we, I don't know if I have the book here. Oh, I do. I'm supposed to be talking about my book. I'll just do a little hello.
I like the little gold digger.
Bring it on. No,
that's tell us. My publisher's happy. So this just released yesterday. And the reason why I wrote it, it's The Art of Self-Discipline. The reason why I wrote it is, and it's funny because I started writing it before quarantine, and I finished it right when everything happened because I was under a deadline. And it has been so useful for people because like the thing that people struggle with right now is managing their time. Because with kiddos home, my husband has his own office now in our bedroom, right? He's home, you know, we're all here, and people are struggling with that. So what you said with the homework is if I put a deadline on this, like you got to get this done now, people figure it out. It's unbelievable. They're like, okay, when's the video? I mean, they're like freaking out.
I did it in the bathroom when, you know, I went to the bathroom real quick when my kids were out, and I see the fingers underneath the thing, but I finished my homework.
Yes. And if you have unstructured time, which they do, because there's no schedule right now, then it's always pushed off to tomorrow, that pie in the sky starting a new diet. So if there's a deadline and there's specific things that you need to do and it's clear for people, it's bite size. I find that people get that little win, and then the light goes on, light bulb goes off of, wait, maybe I can do this. And then they get that momentum. And when you're energized about something, suddenly time expands, right? Like you're just like, and you're find ways to get it done, and then you're more productive. So kind of my strategy behind it is I just feel like people really need some help with that right now, like the discipline and time blocking for sure.
And how do they find this book?
Oh, yes, that's helpful. The Art of Self-Discipline by Kimberly Olsen, Olson, is on Amazon. Oh yeah, there's paperback or a Kindle version. To grab your copy.
Awesome.
And so did it just
people get this gold digger book back there and on your shelf back there?
That one, they're all on Amazon. Yes, the Gold Digger is how I built on social media. And then Why Balance is BS is the mompreneur's guide to getting everything you want in life. So it's more for moms that are juggling all the things. So that one literally just released.
Okay, so all 3 we can go on Amazon and get.
Yes.
And then can we plug into your Facebook group?
Yes. So for those that are watching the live stream or the replay, just put challenge below and I'll tag you on it and you can pop into it. There's a workbook you'll get and register for it. And then if you're struggling to find any of the books, I always check all comments. So just drop a comment and I'll get you the link for it. So don't sweat it if any of you want to grab one of the books. Yeah, but the challenge is open right now. Yeah, come on in.
And it starts today, right? It starts today?
It started Monday, but all the videos are in Unit 7. You can go and binge.
Obviously, I'm not doing the research very well.
Tina's like, so is it coming up like a few days from now? Well, we got you.
Well, we're bringing the audience up to speed. Yeah. So by asking those questions.
I'm trying to do it with them.
Yeah. Oh, right. We want you all on the same pace here. So Monday and Tuesday has been completed. The replays are available. But we have people binge watch them before they go down. Like they're like, oh, it's the weekend. I'm just gonna go through it all. So it's cool, however you want to.
You can binge watch, Kimberly.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the A&T Awards, and we have we have challenges coming through. Challenge.
Yay.
We have the A&T Awards. Somebody just nominated you for being the brightest sunshine. Oh no, that's good because we're the bright start to your day.
Oh, thank you, whoever you are that nominated me. You're so sweet. I'll send you a book. So
I'll send you a book.
I'll send you a book. So the A&T Awards, Kimberly, we're getting ready to celebrate our 100th episode.
Awesome.
And allowing our guests and our audience to nominate any of their favorite guests, and it's People's Choice Awards. So, make it up, right? If you have a favorite, somebody most energetic, they spoke to you, and then we're bringing back all of our nominees on our 100th episode on August 14th. And we're going to give out the A&T Awards. So we're pretty excited about that to celebrate our 100th episode, because this was just something that Tina and I started back in, the beginning of April. I seriously thought it would be 2 or 3 weeks. I'm like, I'll do it for a couple of weeks.
Said yes if you knew that it was
no way, because I would not have said yes. And even then, we were doing it an hour earlier than we are now.
Oh,
and
that's early for you.
It was so early. I was getting up at 6:30 in the morning. And I'm like, after 3 months, I was working from, 7 a.m. till 7 p.m., sometimes a little later. I'm like, I got to cut this back. Like, I've just created this 12-hour job for myself every day. And that's just not cool. So we have gotten a little more disciplined with my schedule, a little more family time. I have a Peloton, so I'll go and I'll ride my Peloton. But
and she closes her computer and shuts everything off between 6 and 7 most days.
Yeah, by 6:30 p.m. I turn my computer off.
Mondays.
And on Friday, I turn my computer off at 6 o'clock Friday night, and I don't turn it on until 8 o'clock Monday morning, which is
that's insane. I think I would have like a little shake.
I think she does. I do.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not ready for that.
It's hard. I'm like arguing with myself, and I'm like jonesing, and there's stuff that has to get done, but
I'll text her something and she'll reply. I'm like, aren't you not supposed to be working? Oh, I'm not.
I'm not. I don't count. Like my phone, that doesn't count.
No, that doesn't count at all. What are you talking about? It means like pull up the laptop.
But I'm trying to, I haven't been on vacation. I haven't been on an airplane. I haven't had my toes in the sand.
You're a flight attendant. What are we waiting for? Let's get you in school.
Well, let me
take all of us around.
Take a little break and talk about our sponsors for the morning show here. Can you guys see that little flyer there? And read our little commercials, because the Angel and Tina Morning Show is made possible by our fabulous guests who come on and are that bright start to our day. We couldn't do it without all of our wonderful guests. So Kimberly, thank you so much. And also by our sponsors. Bliss by the Lake Boutique is our clothing sponsor. Tina, are you wearing anything by Bliss by the Lake today?
My little thing, what do you call this? I don't even know what to call it. A kimono.
Is that by them?
Yes.
Right. So they are our clothing sponsor, which is pretty awesome to have a clothing sponsor who dresses us. We're like their little paper dolls. But you can check out their fabulous clothes. They've got really cute styles at Bliss by the Lake Boutique on Facebook. It's almost the weekend where she does fashion shows and trunk shows and live videos, and she ships anywhere around the country. So check them out, Bliss by the Lake Boutique. And also our award-winning executive producer, the Angel and Tina Morning Show, is globally syndicated on 7 digital streaming channels, including Roku and Chromecast and Apple TV. Zondra TV Network is the premier award-winning network where small business entrepreneurs can tell their story on local, national, and global television. It's really taking podcasting to a whole new level, getting your story and your content out. You can schedule your discovery call by visiting beonztv.com. That's beonztv.com to start your affordable global marketing experience today. And she has 12 new producers who are starting their shows this fall, which is so exciting to see all this new programming go out on global digital streaming networks. And she has an incredible producers incubator. If you've ever thought about producing your own television network or television show, check them out at beyondctv.com. And then if all of this just seems like it's too much, too overwhelming, and you are too busy, then our dirty little secret behind the scene is we don't do it all. We have, if you have more on your list than you can get done, you can hire a virtual assistant with Sonic VA. So you can do what you do best and hire all the rest. Sonic VA, SONIC VA, Sonic Virtual Assistant, where you can hire your own virtual assistant, 1, 2, or 13. Make sure that you mention the Angel and Tina Morning Show, and you get a 10% discount off your first 40 hours of virtual assistant service. Don't you love to just hand that to-do list over to somebody else, go to bed, wake up in the morning, and the to-do list is done? That's what you get with Sonic VA. So those are our fabulous sponsors. Couldn't do it without them. Couldn't do it without our incredible guests.
Especially our clothing sponsor, we love.
We love that's amazing.
Like all of them, right?
That clothes out, the clothing out.
Clothing sponsor, we feel extra special.
I'm totally checking that out. I always need new stuff. You can't wear the same thing on Instagram, so
because you'll get IG shamed. Like the Zoom shaming that's going. The Zoom background shaming that's going on. You'll get shamed for that. What are you wearing?
Oh, like none of your business.
Are you wearing Walmart clothes?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, and it's made me a lot of money. So let's move on.
Well, we did talk about backgrounds. Like so this is like a little curtain, Kimberly. It's actually one of those, I don't know, it's a big backdrop.
It looks like the ones at like conferences where you stand in front of it and you take the picture. Yeah.
It is. And so we had put it up for our virtual summit, and kind of like I was taking it up and putting it down and moving it. And finally we just left it. Well, actually I moved into this little corner so that I wasn't taking over my living room anymore, but my husband's desk is behind here. So
oh my gosh. I love it.
So sometimes he'll peek in when he's home. He'll be working over there, and he'll like hide behind the curtain or like peek in, and he's the man. He totally is the man behind the curtain. But people come. I've had,
him Oz.
Yeah,
I call him Oz. But they've come a few times. They're like, Angel, I want to do this where you broadcast. I want to do it at your studio. And I'm like,
they're like, my studio.
If you could only see, like, it's this nice little corner with cords, and I've got monitors. It's a studio. It's my office. I mean, it's like this multi.
If they could only see what we have, we have. Everybody has a big, huge ring light right behind their computer, right?
Right.
The cords are everywhere. Computers are everywhere, and everything behind the screen is a mess, probably.
Totally.
Yes.
But all you need is just this little section, and you'll be good to go.
Just make sure it covers the green painter's tape.
Please, in honor of me, please do that, because
in honor of Kimberly.
I'm never gonna live that down, and it's okay though. And you know what?
Because you're authentic.
You progress, and this is what's so interesting. Denise DT wrote Get Rich Lucky BITCH. It's a fabulous book. So if you have any issues with money mindset, so I grew up totally no money, layaway, reduced lunch, like just a struggle. So when I started making a lot of money, I kept spending it all. Can anyone relate to that? Like it would just be gone. And I'm like trying to tell my husband, he's like, you quit your job. So like, what's going on here? Well, I realized it was my money mindset. So I did, therapy and coaching, and one of her books like just clicked for me. But she's like, I've got these women trying to run these 7-figure businesses with crappy laptops, like the stuff that like a good camera, right? Your cell phone, good audio, that's all you need. Like you don't need this like amazing office and
ring light.
Yeah, the ring. And actually I just got this ring light that it's like $200, but the ones I had before, I got on Amazon because I wear my glasses like you, and the ring light was bothering me.
Yeah.
So it's a rectangle shape, and I think they were maybe $60, and I had those for 2 years. So who cares?
Yeah, because I wear glasses, so mine isn't in front of me because it glares. It's off. I had that too, and they're off to the side.
Okay, because of the glasses, right?
Because of the glasses.
You go see the circles in your
So
glasses.
you put them off to the side. That's how you get them to not do that.
Yeah.
Oh, but I need 2.
Yeah, you'd need. Yeah, because otherwise, you have the shadow from. So I have 2.
Okay. I have one of those big box ones. They're so bulky though, they're in my attic. So if I wear my glasses, I'll pull those down. But the point is like, you don't need to spend a lot of money. And I think that people compare and they're like, oh, I need that to make money. It's like, no, you don't. You need to just hustle and grind. Like
Yep.
just talk, find people, talk to people, share with
And
what you
everything
do.
doesn't have to be perfect, right?
Mhm.
Like there's so many people they're waiting and waiting to launch their
Waiting.
course.
Yes.
They're waiting for this. They're waiting to write their book. They're waiting
Yes.
for this. And I'm like, why? It doesn't
Right?
need to be perfect. And
Mhm.
somebody used to have to push that into my head over and over again.
I know. I'm done is better than none, and
So,
done is better than perfect,
yeah,
girl.
done.
Yes.
And I was like, I know.
Just let's get
Tina,
it done.
done.
Like let's just
I
finish
know.
something.
Finish it, complete
Yes.
it. And I also think the daily distresses, I don't anymore, but I struggled with alcohol abuse for years. So it just had my 3-year anniversary of being completely
Oh,
sober.
congratulations.
Thank you. And you know, everything's been magical since. But I went through this during that time, and I talked to people about this. Is when you have that feeling of like guilt or feeling of like you let yourself down, it's just because there's a disconnect between what you're saying you want to do and what you're actually doing. So when your actions don't line up every day, there's this torment throughout the day, right? And then we do things to like numb those feelings, right? Like drink or eat or binge watch Netflix, right? And Addison doesn't have any underwear on, so I'm not
She's
gonna let her in
like,
right
are you going to tell me that I can have anything?
Right. I know that's the one that kind of looks. She's a rule follower. So she's like, if you look at her the wrong way, she'll burst into tears. But she always like looks at the door and I'll like give her the look.
Somebody
Like,
wants to know what that book was called that you were just talking about.
oh, get rich, lucky, be, you know, be like the bad word. But I think it's just be with like a star. The author is Denise D.T., like D is in David, T is in Toronto. And she is awesome and she's sassy and she's fabulous. So get all of her books. She's amazing.
Oh,
And yeah, just having the, you know, those shifts and things like that. But for you, like you just said it, Angel, about like just do it. Better done is better than not doing it. But I also noticed that people they're they light up, right? Their soul. Like you get on fire. Like I have to make myself go to bed every night. Like I'm so excited. It's like 2 a.m. and I'm like, girl, yeah, get up, like go to bed. But like, where does that come from? It's because I'm doing what I'm saying I'm going to do. And then that like gives me that biofeedback and my subconscious mind is like, you're awesome. And I'm like, yeah, I'm awesome. Right. Versus those negative thoughts and those, that broken record of like, you suck and you can't do this and all of that. So if you're watching this today and you're home and you're in quarantine, just think this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity for some extra time that you maybe wouldn't have if you were stuck in traffic or shuttling kids off to school. Like it's kind of a blessing, even though it's not awesome, but it's all how you look at it, you know? So you could really write that book or create that course or launch that program. And there's so many people who are like, man, I wish I could do what you do. And I'm like, and you can. Like, no one told me I could start going live. Like, I was like, wake up with lemon water. Like, I didn't know anything. Like, I didn't even, it was like my aunt was watching the video. Like, just start. And then if you're consistent, you'll find your tribe and they'll find you.
They will. They will.
They're wanting to know if you have a negative mindset, what do you do?
Yes. So I actually, when I was going through the alcohol addiction and I knew like, okay, I needed help at that point, like I tried on my own. So I did intense therapy and what she made me do, her name's Michelle Thompson. You can find her online. I talk about her all the time. I interview her, like she's like my person. She's on speed dial. So what she had me do is every single day in the morning, I wrote down a whole list of words to describe myself. I am awesome. I am joyful. I am happy. Just every day. And then this was the part that was hard. Any negative thinking that was coming up for me, I had to write it down and then rewrite it and reframe it. So it would be instead of like, oh, I'm not working on my business, you know, I suck. I would say, I have this amazing business and there's so much money coming in. And at the time I was building network marketing, not coaching yet. So I've got this awesome team and people who want to work with me. And it's so exciting. Like just telling myself in present tense, affirmation style. And then for those of you that are like, okay, I want to do this. My favorite app in the whole wide world is called Think Up. Think Up, it's one word, I think it's free. And what you do is you record yourself talking with the affirmations and then you add music that's right in the app. So it's like that kind of like makes you feel happy and you're on an island.
Meditation type.
Yeah, like a meditation type music. And I'm not even, it gives me chills. I kept all of mine. All the ones I recorded when I first started on social media. So 2017 is when I started in the fall. Like I haven't been doing this that long. Every single one of them has come true. How do you explain that? Like I knew no one, I knew nothing, like I wasn't anyone. How did I do that? Because I kept telling myself, my subconscious, you're awesome. People want to learn from you. Wow, look at what you're doing. And it all came true. So you want the fast track? It's just every day. You get what you think about most of the time. And that's the greatest secret. Earl Nightingale talks about that.
Yes.
It's become obsessed with what you want. So this office right here,
Mm.
I had this in my mind for 2 years. 2 years,
Wow.
exactly, sitting in here doing this kind of stuff with people. You got to get it in your mind first and become obsessed. And one day you're going to open your eyes and be like, oh my gosh, it's here. It's really that simple.
Just announced to my clients the other day about the Think Up app.
Oh,
Because
cool.
affirmations, I teach all my clients, the I am statements, I am
love that.
positive affirmations. And those are, what you send out, you get back tenfold.
Yes.
And that's what I teach. You got to start with a mindset and then go to your gratitude journal, of course, because I, wrote the gratitude journal. You always want to write 3 new things every morning and every night. And people are like, oh, I can't think of any. But once you start doing it over and over again, you're going to have more things to be grateful for.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that you teach that. That's awesome. Yeah. And I think sometimes people are like, oh, affirmations, but truly it's what you keep telling yourself is, and there's this really good documentary called Emotion. Have you seen that? Have you seen it? Emotion. So it's the letter E and then emotion. And I think it was on Amazon Video, documentary, but so powerful. So there's this man and he's dying and he's at home and he's like, sweetheart, to his wife. He's like, sweetheart, come here, because he's very ill. And she's like, yes. And he's like, when you lift your head off the pillow every morning, you have everything you need. Like, that's it. That's all you need is to be able to get up every day. And it's like, you want something to be grateful for? Like, that's all you need. And so
your eyes,
it opens your eyes.
Those little things.
Yes. So like you saying, people are like, oh, 3 things to be grateful for. How about that? Like, think about the ability to have video. If we would have experienced quarantine 15 years ago, like what would that have done to all of our businesses? My business has quadrupled, right? Like my clients, their business, they can't keep up. They're just like, oh, So what a blessing, right? Like, again, it's all how you look at it.
We're calling this, I was putting together some things yesterday that I'm renaming this month is August, because there's so much going on. We have all these book launches, all these movie premieres, TV premieres, everything that people have just been working on during these last few months. And it's all coming to fruition right now. So yeah, I'm like, this is like the month of all.
It's the month of all. It is.
We have, like, you've just published a book. Tina's got her book coming out. We've got TV shows that are like, there's so much. They're jumping on big stages. Their businesses are doubling, tripling, quadrupling during the last few months. I mean, this is truly, I love that. Become obsessed with what you want. You get what you think about most of the time. Like, these are like, what are you thinking about? Are you thinking about abundance and creation and innovation and being creative and serving others and shining your light? Or are you wondering and waiting and worrying?
Watching Netflix and complaining and watching the news every single day. Well, Angel, speaking of my book, I was going to show you guys a sneak peek of my book.
Yay! I want to see it. I want your gratitude journal too. Will you connect with me? I'll get it. I'll raffle some off and give them away to my people. They all need that.
So let me get my my beautiful little thing out here and show you. Share my screen. Allow Zoom. Wait, what's going on?
Look, I had to make like, this is my makeshift. I had to make like a new little calendar for the month of August to keep track of all the different launches and events that are coming up. Look at, I just drew it out. I told my husband, I'm like, I need a new little desk pad, but I just needed, like, for August. This is what made me write my August last night.
I like it, August.
I like it. Yeah. Isn't that clever?
Can you see my screen?
Oh, I love the cover. So we have that similar pink brand. I love that color.
So it's called Beyond Gratitude, Strategies to Get and Retain Clients for Life.
Nice.
Tina, that's so precious.
Congratulations.
Definitely on brand, right?
Are you self-publishing it?
We are. No. Michelle Faust from the Lemonade Legends is publishing it for me.
Okay, awesome, cool. I worked with a publisher this time and self-published the last 2. So it was such a different. In the first one, I published years ago, and it's just kind of a thing. But anyways, it was such a different experience working with somebody. I was like, whoa,
it definitely is.
when to write it and it was like, it pushed me, it challenged me to be better. You know what I mean?
That accountability. You have a deadline. Oh, instead of
you have to get it done. Like there's deadlines.
You have to write a lot of words really fast.
People waiting on you, right? And you're holding up the process. Well, Tina, that is so pretty. And
congratulations.
Legend Publishing, if you've got a story, especially she specializes in your breakthrough story. So if you had something and now you've turned that lemons into lemonade is her specialty. So she's dynamite. And awesome. There's so much exciting stuff. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you, Tina. Okay, so Kimberly, big projects or how you want people
to
really
in touch with her? How do we get in touch with her?
So what my like zone of genius is working with female entrepreneurs, mostly moms, but I have some gold digger dudes. I've got some moms that are empty nesters or don't have children, but kind of my ideal person to work with is a mompreneur, just because I'm at the same season of life. And what I do is I teach them how simple systems and online strategies on social media. So that's my jam, and it always has been. I have an artist in my group coaching where she was like COVID, right? She signed up and she's selling her paintings on social media and she's doing awesome. I have people who run pet sitting businesses, like whatever it is. But this is the thing. People don't know how to show up in social media in a genuine and authentic way. They don't know how to share their vulnerabilities. They don't know how to connect with their audience. And a lot of them don't even know who their audience is. I'm like, so who's your ideal avatar? And they're like, I don't know.
Anybody with a face.
Yeah, skincare, anyone with skin. I'm like, oh, hold up, Gina. Let's fix that. So what I do is I help them find their voice. I help them get a strategy. And really, like you said, get a team, get a virtual assistant. Like, what do we need to do to get you on social media? And then, finding their space, finding their niche, like how are they going to show up? Facebook Live videos, Facebook groups, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, if any of you are entrepreneurs, want to get into coaching, network marketing, direct sales, affiliate marketing, basically crush it online, that's my forte. So if you want to connect with me, I go live every single week on my business page, The Gold Digger Girl. It's GOAL. I'm heavy on Instagram, so you can follow me, The Gold Digger Girl. You might see me on TikTok, might see me on Pinterest, LinkedIn. I'm pretty much everywhere. And YouTube as well. I have a strong YouTube following as well. So yeah, just say hello and I'd love to connect.
Well, and she's very authentic. She shows her real self.
There's no filter here.
Her kids are there. Her girls are there. She's walking. She's running. And it shows you
doing yoga.
Yoga.
She does yoga. She runs a lot.
Pretend to work out.
Yeah.
So this is
the gold cheetahs with the what are they called? Gold.
Yes, gold cheetahs. You gotta get.
I want to be a gold cheetah. Right? Can she have? We can be like the wise. What are old cheetahs called? Like
like not the elders,
cougars.
like
elders,
but like the hot elders.
The cougars. No, we don't want to be cougars. No, we're not the cougar.
My husband is 5 years younger than me, so I'm a cougar. So maybe we'll brand it. We'll brand it appropriately.
There you go.
This has been fun. We actually had to dust off our YouTube to do the morning show because neither of us were really using it. But Tina has been accelerating her Pinterest group. I mean, she has just been a rock star about building up her Pinterest following. So it's been impressive. Usually she'd kind of give us a little update once a week.
It's at 200,000 right now.
Right. It was at like 40,000 just 3 weeks ago.
40,000 when we first started. And then I just started doing some things, emulating.
And she's like, I'm not doing anything. I said, you're doing something. Write it down and teach us, because what you just think comes naturally and you're doing, we could all learn from. You are wise, Tina.
You are wise. You're a wise cougar.
We're going to change the name. We're going to change the meaning of cougar to be wise women, right? We're just the wiser women for our younger little cheetah gals.
Yep.
Our gold cheetahs.
Well, Kimberly, it's been super fun. I'm so glad that you came out and hung out with us today. I'm looking forward. I'm going to go and order your books. We'll follow you on social.
Yeah, I'm ordering her books.
I know, right? I'm Angel Tuccy. I am your media matchmaker, accelerating your publicity in the media. Got news? You should alert the press. You can get started by downloading your complimentary guide at makeyourbigimpact.com. That's makeyourbigimpact.com. com. You can get started with guaranteed media exposure, attention grabbing headlines. You can also grab a copy of my book, ABCs of Exposure. But don't keep it a secret. Go out and create that publicity for you and your brand. Elevate your brand, attract more leads, and fill your funnel through the power of traditional media, radio, television, magazines, podcasts, summits, speaking, publishing, all of that at makeyourbigimpact.com.
I love it. I love it. Next week, the ANT Awards, August 14th, our 100th episode. Nominate your person and create the category. Be creative. Let me see those creative sides, those creative juices flowing out. We have nominations coming in from everywhere. So we will announce our winners that day, but all of you nominees will be joining us. We'll probably have 40 or 50 people on our Zoom. Kimberly Olsen was just nominated for being, what was it? The brightest start to sunshine to the day.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see you back here, Kimberly, on August 14th.
So August 14th, Kimberly, make sure you mark your calendar.
Okay.
I am Tina Torres, a client retention expert and gratitude specialist. If you're struggling to retain those clients or even build those relationships virtually, I can help you do that. I teach you some strategies and tips to retain those clients for life, like the book that I just wrote. I mean, in fact, I wrote the book on it. Isn't that what you say, Angel? So if you want to get some strategies and tips on how to create those relationships, you can text the word connection to 26786. You'll get 7 ways to increase your cash flow right now. And I teach you how to take those clients, build them for a lifetime, turn those clients into raving fans and referral partners, and increase your cash flow all at the same time. So text the word connection to 26786. You'll get download your free PDF right then and there. And we are accepting those nominations. The nominations are flowing in right now too. I love it. I love it. All of our guests are fabulous. I cannot believe we have had almost 100 episodes. Almost 200 guests have been on the Angel and Tina Morning Show. Can you believe that?
It's amazing. It's amazing for something I thought would only last a couple of weeks.
Never have said yes to. We are Angel and Tina on the Angel and Tina Morning Show, where we come to you live every weekday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. We will see you guys back here tomorrow. Bye, guys. Thank you so much, Kimberly.
Bye. Thank you.